Yeah, it's something we talked about pregame. We knew with Kev out, they were going to double team him a lot, and it's a different league than it used to be. It used to be low post double teams, and the repost was common, right? You fake the swing and then repost it back into Shaq or whoever. Now it's perimeter ISO heavy in the modern NBA, and there's a lot of situations where we swing the ball out of the double team and work it around the wheel, and other guys got to make plays, but the defense wins because they took the ball out. So we've been talking about a return to sender concept, whether it's a redrive on the backside, get the ball back to the original guy, or just a quick pass fake and go back to him like Goody did. Okay, and couldn't throw it, but he handed back to him, and it's Devin Booker, man. Guy's cold-blooded, big-time shot.
You're watching, I'm just curious what you're thinking when you're seeing him going to a spot that isn't normal to be pulling that with two guys around.
I think it's pretty normal. Him going to his right, looking for airspace. We see him make that shot not that far away from the basket, but we see him make that shot on the right side of the floor pretty frequently. He's got his little inside-out move that he can get the defense back on their heels just a little bit, just to create a little bit of airspace, and that's all he needed.
You've seen him obviously from afar for years and coached against him. What impressed you the most about him tonight? Other than that shot?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the first half when he's getting double teamed the whole time, he continued to make the right play. 7 assists at halftime, 11 for the game, only 2 turnovers. When you're getting double teamed the whole night, it's almost impossible. Like that's super impressive, and I know he's one of the best clutch players in the world. So it's fun to be on the right side of that. Yes, yeah. So I think we got to rethink, the execution of it, right, to make sure that it's not, one shot in the ball. Something we'll learn from.
You got 7-0 now since Book's been back. What kind of calming influence does he have on this team?
The best kind. I mean, he's our leader. He does a great job. There's a lot of talk when Chris left, what the leadership structure was going to look like, and he's really taken that thing and run, and it's been really natural to him. Hasn't been forced, hasn't been anything other than it's my time, and obviously it shows up not only in his verbal communication with the group, but making the big plays as well.
Katie obviously out again tonight. How close was he being able to go tonight, and what's that look like?
Yeah, he's still day to day, so he was close. Still had enough soreness in there to be concerned about, but still day to day. Yuta was great. It's great to have him back. When he's making threes, not making threes, he carries that gravity. He carries the threat of knocking down threes, and he's one of our best IQ defenders. Being in the right spot and communicating and whatnot, and we needed both of his threes tonight.
When you go into that final possession where they're going to need to get the ball up, to him to sort of figure out how do you get it back, or is it drawn up that here's where you're going to go to get it?
No, we have ways to get it back to him, and that was the plan. And we knew they were going to double team, and the plan was to get it back to him.
So just, again, obviously you talked about him not turning the ball over and finding that where Gordon started. Again, how big was that to at least make the defense pay?
Yeah, that was my first shout out in the post game locker room. He's a guy that just gives us our swag offensively, right? Obviously we have star players, but when you got that guy coming in there with just great confidence to score the ball and make plays, to give us the start that we had to tonight's game, we don't win that game probably without his big explosive first quarter, where we build a lead and make them play from behind all night.
And then the rotation you had with Booker, where you take him out mid, bring him in late, maybe just expand on the thinking behind that, and maybe how much that was challenged tonight when the game was going away.
Yeah, well, it's not his normal rotation, and with the calf injury, when he was coming back from the calf injury, the medical team wanted to keep him with shorter stints, and managing the minutes restriction, it was easier to do it that way. With KD out, we were concerned about last 2 games really what the middle part of the half was going to look like. So it made sense to just keep him in that. So he's in there playing against second unit, and he's getting shorter rests, but he's out there for less of a long duration. And for this stretch, it's been really good in terms of keeping him fresh. But it's been a challenge. The challenging part was when they're on a run. And they're on a run, and we had to shrink it. We had to, a little bit of throw caution to the wind and get him back in there because the game was getting out of control.
I think this is 6 straight road wins now. What's your secret sauce?
Defense travels. Big shot makers travel too. We're trying to create a defensive identity, and our guys are really competing on that side of the ball. It hasn't been perfect, but if you defend well enough to give your elite offensive scorers a chance, you're gonna have a chance.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Player availability will be in the locker room. We're open now.
Feels even better now after the game you had today. Maybe speak to just playing here and what it means to you in the leadership.
It means a lot. If you're a fan of the game and you're a fan of history, you should feel that upon arrival. Right when we touch down in New York City. Even when I'm here in the summer and I get the chance to drive by MSG, it just gives you a certain feeling. So, wasn't having a good game to start. EG started us off very well, and that New York Knicks team is a scrappy team. They offensive rebound really hard, and they play really hard. So, I'm happy that we came out with the win and stuck with it all the way through.
Take me through that shot, and obviously they knew they were going to double, but good one got it back to you. Maybe take it from there.
Yeah, this one. I told them in the huddle, I knew they were going to double and, catch it, look away, and then, bring it back to me. So, it's a shot that I've imagined in my head, multiple times. So I feel like I've been there before.
Because Coach said that we were talking back and forth. He's like, yeah, you hit that shot, but not from way out, like a fade going right through.
Yeah, I've been in that situation so many times. If you drive and try to get any type of contact, especially on the road, it's 90% you're not going to get the call even if you get fouled. So starting to get one close, but it felt good. It felt like a clean shot.
Did you know, like they had forced you to give it up too soon, that you had enough time to get it back? I imagine.
That's why I gave it up at that time. Either way, I was going to come back and get it, but they were doing that most of the game, and the usual play is hit that man, have him drive, and then you play, your advantage numbers on the backside. But with the game on the line, I wanted to take that one.
The old people say make the right basketball play, but is the right basketball play you got to take the shot in that situation?
Yeah.
How much fun was just the whole night?
It was great, yeah. It's an experience. My family's in town. I have some close friends that live here. They're in attendance, so I missed MSG last year, and I was at the crib just hurting thinking about it. So we came in here on a streak, continued the streak, and that was 2 out of 3 on the road, and try to get a big one in Toronto in a couple days.
Well, what's it do for this team to be able to pull out a win like this when KD needed another night off? Yeah,
important, super important. We've been saying next man up all year, but Coach came in here and said next whole team up. Everybody is giving a little bit more. Udo is back today. He's been out for a few games. Kata came in, stepped right into the lineup. We didn't know Grayson wasn't playing until 5 minutes before the game. So, you get put in those situations and, you don't really know what to expect. And you just try to control the controllables and go out there and match their energy and play harder than the other team.
Devin, one of the things that Eric said, he thought that you would be an even better player with the ball in your hands. I know you don't like talking about how you started the season, but when you're looking at the numbers of career highs across the board, how are you evaluating yourself at this point?
I was trying to take what the defense gives me. Our team's structured completely different than it has been in the past, and thankful for Nurk and Drew, being high IQ bigs where they're setting screens. They have the passing ability also where when teams are overcrowding that, I can hit them, and I got a backdoor layup today, and it's able to stretch the court out and give us space, and Coach has great sets, and we have the shooters around us to where we feel like we can compete with every team.
You had 11 assists and just 2 turnovers. Another one of those high assists, low turnover Are you liking those stats now?
I like the wins, you know, so 7 straight is, you know, what I'm happy about. And we're going to continue to try to string them together, and, you know, win or loss, we want it to be the hardest playing team out there.
Thanks, Book.